What is up, everybody? I am George Mossey. Please say hello to my co-host Cherona. So we are here for the TLC weekly roundup. So 1,000 Pound Best Friends and 1,000 Pound Sisters aired. We want to talk about both. So I want to start out with 1,000 Pound Best Friends, season 2, episode 8. So we found out that Tina wasn't approved for her surgery because she had neglected to go to her dietitian and to her therapy appointments. So she lost the weight, which is the hard part, but she actually skipped doing the easy stuff. So I feel like this isn't a big deal. I feel like she's going to be able to get it done. The girls also feel the same way. And we kind of were watching them do this 5K. Well, first they prepared for the 5K and they did a nice long 25-minute walk, but the 5K, is like way longer. So we watched them do the 5K, and of all people, we didn't see Vanessa finish the 5K, but we saw everybody else finish the 5K. And I'm kind of shocked because Vanessa is the one who has done so much and has come so far. So I was actually shocked because everyone was like, oh, Megan wasn't going to make it. Megan made it. And I love seeing this side of Dr. Proctor. He was like, I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to help you. He is such a good all around doctor. And if you remember, Megan felt some type of way about Dr. Proctor. So I really feel like he has done a full circle. He's a really good doctor. He really does care about these women.
Yeah, he definitely does. For him to tell Megan, I'll walk with you on your last lap when she was about to just fully quit. And then he goes with her. He's like, we can go slow. It's fine. At least you're doing it. That warmed my heart. That was amazing. Dr. Proctor, you're so nice.
He's a good guy, right? Okay, so we watched Vanessa go for her 9-month post surgery appointment. Vanessa's ready to get all of these excess skin areas on her body taken care of because she's ready to be sexy and she's ready to find her a man and live her best life. But unfortunately, even though she is at 248, which she has lost 200 pounds, by the way, which is insanity, it's 200 pounds lost, she's not quite ready for her skin removal. She needs to be at like 180. So it wasn't necessarily good news. It wasn't bad news either, because he said that it's time to start scheduling the consultations to start getting the skin removal stuff scheduled. So I'm hoping to see Vanessa in her new body looking all sexy real soon, right? Because she's ready. And I know at the rate that she's been losing weight, to go from 248 to 180 isn't going to take that long.
No, she's got this for sure. I mean, like you said, it was shocking that she didn't finish at the 5K, but I get it because she has all the extra skin. Like she said, she has all the chafing and it must be really uncomfortable. Like I couldn't even imagine that. So, she tried, she did one lap, but she's gonna get the surgery so soon and she's gonna be able to do the next 5K.
Oh, I have to mention, we saw Jacobs. We have not been seeing Jacob this season. Jacob was there participating in the 5K. I'm so proud of him. He is taking his health and everything serious. And to do that, that was strictly something that he didn't have to do. He could have let the girls do that on their own. He decided to go and he's working on his health. So I'm very happy for him. I'm proud of him. I know that he's watching his mom and all of these ladies and all this hard work that they're putting in, and he's letting that inspire him to take control of his life. So I'm so happy to see that because I've been worried about him all season. They have been neglecting to tell us any updates on what's going on with Jacob. So I was so happy to see him, and to see him doing a 5K really made me feel extra good about the situation, because I was like, we could have seen him doing anything, but doing a 5K is definitely what we want to see.
Yeah, for sure. Go, Jacob.
So we were watching them plan the bachelorette party. We know that Megan is getting married and they decided to plan it in Savannah. Well, they wanted to go to Vegas, but they were like, we don't have Vegas money, so we're going to just go from Georgia to Georgia and we're going to go to Savannah. And it's going to be a fun weekend. We watched them arrive and we kind of watched them start the party, but there's something negative that's going to happen. And it's not strippers. That's a positive thing. They're excited about that. It's the fact that Tina is going to tell Megan at the bachelorette party that she has to move out. Now, I feel like this is a horrible time to drop that type of information. I mean, I think we talked about this on Darcy and Stacey, though. There's never a good time to drop this type of information on people. But at the bachelorette party, I don't know if, because everyone's going to be drinking and having a good time and enjoying the party. I don't know if you want to say, oh, by the way, when we get back, you can't live in my house anymore. So you got to figure that out. Like, I don't know. This is going to be a horrible, like, mood killer, Buzz Killington type situation for her. And it's like, maybe they do have something lined up. We don't know the situation, and maybe they have been saving up. That's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Like, they've been saving up money. So this isn't going to be a big deal. Because in my mind, telling me that you're going to kick me out That's a big freaking deal. But like maybe since they have been staying there, they've been saving up money, and this isn't going to be a horrible offset to what's going on in their lives. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm really hoping too, because like if they really have nowhere to go and she's trying to plan a wedding, like moving out is going to be the priority. And then the wedding might have to take a like maybe the back seat, because if they can't stay living there, their money has to go to that. And so
Well,
that's
yeah.
just going to make everything so much harder. And it sucks for Tina, but I get where she's coming from, because like her marriage is struggling because of this. So she does have to do it for her own family, regardless of how horrible and sad it is going to be.
Yeah, I just hope that the friendship isn't strained because of it, because you know it's still love there. You know it
Yeah.
is, but when it comes to saving your marriage, you know you have to make tough decisions, you know, and this is a very tough decision for Tina, and I'm hoping that she's able to, because she's like the last thing she wants to do is do this, but in order to save her family, you know, you got to make these hard decisions.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so I want to talk about Thousand Pound Sisters. So we're on season 4, episode 6. So Michael has caught the COVID, and I'm pronouncing it in true Amy fashion, right? So Michael has caught the COVID, and he is unable to be in the hospital. And actually, Amy has to go home with Amanda, because for 10 days, Michael is not even allowed to be around Amy or Glenn, and it's a horrible, crazy situation. But having a close knit family is something very important, and Amy has that. So she has Amanda there to not only help with having somewhere to live, but to help with the baby and to help get her on her feet, because you know there's a massive incision on her right now, and moving around is very difficult. So we watched those 10 days go by really fast, and then we watched Amy go back home, and she's like, oh look, my house looks exactly the same as it did when I left. He didn't like pick up one thing, he didn't clean anything, and it became painfully obvious that
Mhm.
she has 3 sons now, and she's like gonna have to be taking care of all 3 of them. And we kind of saw that at the family barbecue too, because Gage and Glenn were crying, and Amy is doing all that she can to comfort Gage, and she needs help. And Michael is just sitting there eating like everything is cool. And I'm like, bro, you have to help. She is already trying to heal from a massive surgery that she had, a very serious surgery. And she's also trying to take care of both of these kids. And she's also trying to eat. She's also trying to stay on her diet. Okay. Like you got to step up and help out. And I do see how this is going to be a very overwhelming thing for Amy. So I'm hoping that Michael is going to step up and start being more active with her, because help is the most important thing that you can give to someone, especially when she's crying out for it. Like she's literally crying because she needs help.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in Michael. I feel like throughout, like when her coming home and then them going to the barbecue, like we didn't see him bat an eye when either of those kids were crying. Like, you are the father. Like, you see Amanda get up and take the baby, and she's trying to help Amy, and then they give the baby to Chris, and it's like everyone else is doing something but Michael. He's just eating. You're the dad. Come on. Like, I don't know. That really just struck a chord with me, because I thought Michael was a little bit more hands-on
Me
than what
too.
we saw. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he's going through something, but he needs to get together, because these kids will not raise themselves.
2 kids under 2, you know, he's got to be all hands on deck. So I want to talk about Tammy, because we know she got approved for her weight loss, or her initial approval. And this episode, we watched her leave the rehab facility, which she had been in almost a year, sticking
Mm-hmm.
with this journey. And she went to Lexington to get approved for even more. Well, we didn't know right away, but we found out at the end of the episode she was approved by the blood doctor, lung doctor, heart doctor. She is good to go. And Dr. Smith feels the risks involved are not as great as the risk if she stayed in this situation. So she is going to have her surgery. I am so proud of her. And even when everyone in the room heard that she was going to have it, she just sat there. She's like, I'm just in shock. She's like, I don't know how to like process this information, because she's been working so hard. This isn't the first or second time that she tried to go down this road. She has finally accomplished it. She did it. And everyone in the room can see she is just a different person. Like the way that she handled things, and the way that she handled the medical transport, because you know her family wanted to come and take her down to Lexington, and she was
Mm-hmm.
like, if they were transporting me, they wouldn't know what to do. And we watched where there was a situation with the trach and she was coughing. They didn't know how to handle that, and the nurse handled it so well. everything was good. She is just thinking more so about her and her health. And you can see that Tammy loves herself. Tammy is there where Amanda said, I want you to love yourself the way I love you. And I feel like she's finally there.
Oh, for sure. Like everything we've seen from the beginning of the season till now, there's just been so much growth with Tammy, and I'm so proud of her. Like, I cannot say it enough. Like, Tammy, you're doing amazing, and I cannot wait to see you after your surgery. Girl, you're about to be shopping every day. You're going to be able to do whatever you want. I'm so proud of you.
I am very excited for her. I have seen some sneak peek photos on her TikTok. I'm not going to post them because I know when I do stuff like that, people always write me and message me and say, stop ruining the shows. We're watching it as it happened. We know that things are going on, so I'm not going to post them. But I do know she looks amazing, and I can't wait for it to be revealed on the show. We're close to the end of the season, so I know we're going to get some updates for you guys. But I'm happy for her. I wanted to bring up one more thing. So Chris loves horseback riding, and he was able to get back on a horse from when he was a child. I think he said the last time he was really young, the last time he could do that. And I just want to point out all of the milestones that the family has hit this season, because we've been watching you guys for 4 seasons, and we've been watching, a never-ending struggle for everybody. And I just feel like everyone is succeeding and doing so well now. The fact that we saw Amy have 2 kids when she didn't think it was possible to have kids at all, and we're gonna see Tammy get married. And there's just so much going on. And I'm watching Chris, and he's super close to his skin removal surgery, and I'm just so proud of all of you guys. I'm happy to see this, and I'm worried though, because the show is a lot of drama, and we've been watching your drama. And if all of you guys are winning, we're gonna have to change the whole tone of the show, right? Because we're gonna have to start watching you guys do different things, because we've been watching these journeys, and now that you're closer to the end of the journey, we're gonna have to watch you do different things, like maybe vacations, trips, whatever the positive things you have going on in your life. And I'm just happy for you guys. And this season has been probably the most inspiring season of 1,000-Pound Sisters for me. I'm just inspired by all of your hard work.
Same. You took the words right out of my mouth. We're so happy for all of you, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of you guys.
Me too. Me too. Like I said, we're close to the end of the season, so we're gonna watch next week for the surgery for Tammy, and hopefully everything goes well and she's able to recover well, and we can start seeing the photos of her now, because I know she hasn't been posting a lot because of that. But I know you guys are gonna be super surprised when you see it. I know I was. All right, guys. I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host Cherona. Make sure you're following her at her links here at the bottom, and I'm at George Mossey on all social media platforms, georgemossey.com, and anywhere you get your podcasts like iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify. Somebody asked me that the other day, so I'm going to throw that in there. We're going to talk to you guys really soon.